Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we're continuing our Tech Tree Fast and Easy series, and we're launching our 4th spacecraft, which will get us enormous amounts of science from the orbits of Moon, Minmus and Kerbin. And we are going directly for the polar orbit of planet Kerbin to get the most science of its biomes. So, here we are, approaching the apoapsis and going for the circular relation. Afterwards, we are going to start gathering the gravioli science, because it's the only experiment we have on our ship. And we will continue doing so, getting this science from every biome from both high and low orbit. So it will take some time, and I'll see you when I'm done with it. Here we are, completed the science in the Kerbin orbit, and it is time to move to the Moon. So let's wait until Moon is in proper position, and the proper position is 90 degrees to the ascending or descending node, whichever is closer. Let's create our maneuver directly at ascending or descending node. And we are going directly for the Moon and almost exactly into the polar orbit. So let's execute that. I'm not sure, but I think if we ever want to go to the polar orbit of the Moon, it is the best way to do it. Instead of going for equatorial Kerbin orbit and then translating to the Moon, it is much easier to go for polar orbit in Kerbin and then to translate directly to the polar orbit of the Moon. I might be wrong, but it looks like the easiest and safest way to do it. So let's circularize around the Moon and start doing science. We're going to proceed exactly the same way as around Kerbin. We're going to first go in high Luna orbit and gather all the gravioli science. Then we're going to go into lower orbit and get the lower orbit science. And as it will take a couple minutes, I'll cut the video and see you when I'm done. Welcome back. We gathered all the Muna science, and now we are going for Minmus. We got a whole lot of delta V, and we don't really need a lot to translate to Minmus. So we don't really care about how exactly we're going to do it. As in, we might change inclination, we might burn radially, and so on and so forth. Things which usually take too much delta V to execute. So let's try to get an encounter. And it is a bit tricky, because we are not at particularly good transfer window, but then again, we can do that because we have 2000 delta V. From our current point, it is probably enough to get to Duna and back. So let's execute our maneuver and let's head off to Minmus. Having taken a last look at Moon, and here we are, let's change our inclination. And it is a very small maneuver because we are so far away from Kerbin, and now we are going for the encounter. And here we have a little issue. Our ship doesn't have any electrical power and our solar panels are not aligned with the sun. So let's check what we can do. Let's take one of our Kerbinauts, well, we only have one, out and make him push the ship around. Because we are in 0G, he can easily do that. So here we are. Again with solar power. and we can create a maneuver, hopefully the final one, that will allow us to get to Minmus into the polar orbit. Let's orient ourselves properly and make sure that we also get in some sun, because otherwise we will not make it. And here we are. We have an encounter. Let's time warp and get into the orbit of Minmus. Just the usual circularization burn. And we are going to do the exact same thing with science. Get in the high orbit Gravioli science and then low orbit Gravioli science. And as it will again take a couple minutes, I'll see you when I've done it. And I've done it. And we still have 1,500 delta V. So what we are going to do? We are going to land and get even more science. Because Minmus is so small and its gravity is so low, we don't really need any landing legs. We can land easily and safely on our engine. And that's actually exactly how people were doing it before the landing legs were introduced into the game. Although I'm not particularly sure which was first, the landing legs or Minmus. So here we are on our first landing. And let's take EVA report, surface sample, Gravioli sample, crew report, and everything stored in a capsule. And let's hop to another biome. There is another flat area just around the corner. So we can easily hop over there. And again, very easy to land. And here we are, landed again. Our ship falls down, but as Minmus gravity is so low, we can easily make it corrected. So let's plant another flag, take another surface sample, another EVA report, Gravioli, and everything like that. We still have 900 delta V. Let's go for another hop. To get home we would need approximately 400 meters delta V, plus minus something, I don't remember the exact number. So we can easily spend some more. And now we're going for hopefully slopes. And we landed. Same procedure. Gather science, plant the flag, do everything we have to do. And we still have 800 of delta V left. So let's go for another hop. And we land in, making sure that our craft doesn't crash. Get in the science, plant in the flag, this time in lowlands. Let's put all the science in the capsule. And we still have 600 delta V left, 618 to be precise. So I decided, well, we might as well go for another hop. Maybe we'll get another biome. So I'm going to carefully try to land here without spending too much of delta V. And success! We are in Midlands. And that's another biome, so let's plant another flag, take the sample, take the EV report, blah blah blah. Everything we do every time we land in new biome. And now we have 415 delta V, that means that it is time to go home. Let's wait until we are on the side of the Minmus that faces Kerbal and launch into the space. We are burning retrograde to the Minmus orbit, making sure that we are getting our periapsis lower, our Kerbal periapsis. And we've seen this procedure many times already. So let's return home. And as it is a night side and re-entry, I'm going to brighten it up a little bit to make sure that we can see what is happening, although we've seen it many times. So we jettisoned our engine and we are falling down to the surface of Kerbal, deploying our parachute, and we are going to land in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, landed. Let's get all the science that we can, because we are in a new biome, we never have been here, even though it is a small amount. And let's recover. And we got 5053 science from our endeavor. So let's spend it. We get all the engines, we get all the science, we have all the electrics, we have all the landing technology, we get most of the aerodynamic technology, and we get most of the probe technology. What we got left is 4 nodes of the last tier. Do not pay attention to the node with multiple gears, it is from Kerbal attachment system and it doesn't contain any stock parts. And we have 2 nodes in previous tier. One of them is for probes and another for ion engines. In grand total that will take 2800 science to unlock, and I'm pretty sure that it is possible to get those points by simply going to Minmus again with more scientific equipment and landing in more biomes. So the next episode will probably finish the series, but for now, thank you all for watching. Remember to like, dislike and comment this video in the section below. My name is Darlock and I will see you next time. Goodbye.